This is Mary Ann Cotton, a very famous female serial killer from Victorian England. Mary Ann Cotton had 13 children and 4 husbands, and she was suspected of having poisoned 3 of her 4 husbands and at least 11 of her 13 children. She was actually accused and convicted of poisoning her stepson, Charles Edward Cotton. She apparently used arsenic. Mary was born in the northeast to a miner, so very humble beginnings, although she was said to have had a happy childhood. And she trained as a nurse and a dressmaker and got married herself to a miner at the age of 20, and thus began the first of her 4 marriages and numerous children. Throughout her marriages, her children would die, and she was well known for insuring them and collecting the insurance money when they died. People kept dying around Mary Ann Cotton as she moved around the northeast and remarried numerous times and kept having children who also kept mysteriously dying. What was most mysterious is that all of these husbands and friends and even her own mother, her children, they were all dying of stomach-related or gastric-related illnesses. Eventually it caught up with Mary Ann Cotton when her stepson, who was a young healthy boy, mysteriously died of a gastric complaint again. And she was finally, she raised suspicions and she was looked into. And when samples were taken from the stepson, it was found that he had arsenic in his body. She was then promptly arrested. By this point, it was 1873, and it didn't take long for the jury to find her guilty, based on the fact that by this point they had a reliable method for testing for arsenic poisoning, and it was very clear that she had used arsenic. So she was duly hanged in March of 1873 at Durham Jail. After her death, Madame Tussauds saw an opportunity and made her likeness in wax for the Chamber of Horrors. And in the 1880 exhibition at Madame Tussauds, the catalogue said the following of Mary Ann Cotton. The series of cold-blooded murders for which this wretch was hanged on the morning of Monday, March the 24th, 1873, are crimes against which no punishment in history can atone for. The child she rocked on her knee today was poisoned tomorrow. Most of her murders were committed for petty gains, and she killed husbands and children with the unconcern of a farm girl killing poultry. And the picture there is, of course, of Joanne Froggatt, who portrays her in the Netflix series about her. Learn more about poisonous women.